Did she really call him?
Yeah, we got a place right now.
Okay. Literally a place.
Are we on? Are we rocking?
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm Burger.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an episode, the Rebirth of I'm Burger podcast.
It is the
And
rebirth.
It
yeah.
is the rebirth only because we were sleeping for a minute. We hadn't really been around.
Yeah.
We have a show we're going to air that we did, which was actually cool, from last week.
Yeah, the last.
Yeah, but we got the usual suspects. Right now, we're going to be talking about a lot of things, and we're not going to be doing many guests. We've moved locations.
We're
Simply
in the secret bunker.
we got some death threats, so we thought it best to be somewhere where we're not as known where we are.
Yeah.
And we want to talk about a lot of things. Usual suspects here. We got Mr. Ryan Talmo.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Mr. John Mark Owens.
I'm loving this sign.
Right?
Come on. I mean, branding
my wife,
people.
My
Branding.
wife made this sign.
Thank you, Miss Burger.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. So we're doing the podcast right now. A lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first things I want to talk about, because I see it so often, is trending news. But when we say trending news, what they really mean is this news is going to be vital and viable for about 3 weeks to a week to 3 weeks, sometimes a day.
Mm-hmm.
And we're never going to think about it again unless it comes up again.
Yeah.
Flint.
Yeah.
Ryan's heard something. I've heard nothing. Have you heard anything about Flint lately?
I mean, I do, but only because I have crazy leftist friends.
Do they
So
have
my,
water
my,
yet?
Well, that? Who knows? I don't think so.
I mean,
Does
that's the
anyone
thing.
trust anything anyways? Everyone's drinking bottled water. Like, it's going to be like L.A. No one's ever going to drink tap water unless you're
In South Central,
dying.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, or you're in South Central.
No, it's
but,
told them yet.
you know,
Take it right out of the faucet.
Yeah, God. We see, that's the thing. People don't know outside L.A. We don't drink from the faucet ever.
My daughter told me she drank from the water faucet at school. I looked
Like,
at her
what
like
are
she
you
got
doing?
like she did crack. I go,
Worse. I
sweetie,
mean,
you don't ever drink from a faucet anywhere, ever,
Oh,
period.
all that crap's in there too.
But I mean, does Flint have water? Because to me, problem solved because we haven't really heard about it, but it's not.
All I know is that they had a fundraising concert
Yeah.
or show that was on Oscar night, and that's when people were. It's like a telethon, pretty much.
Yeah, they did a bunch of things, but
That's all I know. So I don't know if they solved the
did
issue.
they fix the
No,
thing?
no.
Is the water running clean?
No. Does the government care?
Right.
No.
And does anyone care? No, we
No.
only cared for a minute when Jay-Z cared, or whoever the fuck matters at the moment.
Yeah.
When they cared, we cared for a minute, and that was it. And then after that, fuck off. Who cares?
What's interesting too is all the people that are campaigning to be president, all these debates, they never asked them, "What's your opinion on Flint? What's
Right.
going on?" It was none of that. And that's never been talked about. It's
Nothing.
all-
Cosby. I mean, did the guy actually do it or did he not?
Yeah.
Because we're kind of skating right past it, and it's like it almost seems like they go after people and then they don't. It's like right now, a big thing is they're going after Cat Williams again.
Oh yeah.
Because of what he said about
that's
Kevin
the news
Hart
right now.
Yeah.
He came out and he said, "Look, I made it to the top without putting a dick in my mouth or letting a man put his dick in my butthole."
Yeah.
And that's a true statement. Kevin Hart's a sellout. He was at the Oscars sitting there with Whoopi and Chris Rock and all these people, and they're all smiles. And, hey, hell, some black people got to go that never got invited before just
Yeah.
because they were willing to.
Yeah.
Where others were like, nah, I'm good. Denzel wasn't there.
Denzel. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and the people, and it's not even about that because I don't even know whether I back it or not because I don't give a fuck about Hollywood or their stupid Oscars where they placate to a bunch of rich people and tell them, hey, good job, blah, blah, blah. And the fact is, it really should be once a year they go to Target and Walmart and McDonald's and they give these people awards. But you know what? Everyone else along with me doesn't give a fuck about them either, and even less of a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to see that, and I don't want to see celebrities getting awards. I don't care. Your award is when they buy your tickets, when they come see you,
Mm-hmm.
that's your award. You're making money,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know? And so it just seems like everything's gotten so trending. We go after these people, we go after those people, and then forget it.
Well, with the my defense on the Oscars, my only defense because I'm a history buff with it too. It wasn't like that before. It evolved into that. So
Yeah.
it was more of an appreciation of what you brought
Yes.
to the industry
Well,
and to preserve it. That's it. Now
and it wasn't
it's all
best
about,
pet handler.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't all about what you're wearing and
Greatest
and
craft services
yeah,
people.
all this
Like
shit.
I don't give a fuck about that. Best actor, best actress, and someone's. I think it was Chris Rock or somebody said something that like, look, we do best actor, best actress.
Do we need that?
Yeah, shouldn't it just be best actor? Period, men and women.
Yeah.
Because I mean, and he said, it's not like a race where it needs to be
It's not
separated.
track
based
and
on-
field.
Yeah, which was odd, but even that doesn't. But the fact is, what I'm saying is, it doesn't need to be separated by male and female. So why don't we address that? Why don't we address the fact that who gives a fuck about it and end the whole goddamn awards, and then that way I can drive up fucking Hollywood and Island, and not once a year be put out for like 2-3 weeks. And then,
Just taking you out. And then the second the show's over,
gone.
it's gone. Like it never
Gone.
happened.
Yep, the homeless people get to have a place to sleep again.
That's the one thing that's kind of funny about it. People from around the world think that this is all glitz and glamour.
Yeah.
And this is like beautiful. You see George Clooney walking down
Depression.
Hollywood Boulevard. It's just depressing.
It's people wanting to be stars, having to hold signs for things that are only $5.
Yeah.
And begging people to go in.
A lot
and,
of former comics.
Yeah,
Or
and
comics,
and
whatever they
people
are.
going here, check out my CD for free, but if you don't give me fucking $10, I'm gonna stab you.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
No,
And-
they'll follow
but
you.
yeah. And
I like that is the CD market. I try
Yeah.
to explain that
Or
to
DVD
people
or whatever it is
outside
now.
music, and it's like
Yeah.
that's the modern CD market is the dude who sells you his mixed CDs.
yeah,
and
which are
we'll
other
s-
people's music.
Yeah, and he'll stab you if you don't give him $10.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
awful. It's scary, actually. It's
Yeah,
very
and then he
scary.
wants you to give him 5 more.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, it's but so with the Oscars, everyone's talking about. Pardon me.
Pardon.
Yeah, something might have come out there. I don't know.
Oh, that was nice.
So everybody's. Jesus, I'm
Oh,
allergic.
yeah.
I'm allergic to the Oscars.
Good.
And,
good.
But so everyone's talking about how Chris Rock broke it down real, and Ryan, you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed his monologue, I'll be honest.
I thought it was a heroin-induced, I have no soul, scripted rhetoric repeat of whatever was written down,
Mhm.
glazed over eyes, dead body, dead soul, dead mind, repeat of a prompter, basically. And none of it was impromptu. And it was to go after, like, they went after Will Smith and people like that. And I get it. Will Smith, I would say, could suck a dick, but he has.
Yeah.
Jada Pickett, whatever, they could all eat cancer and die for all I care.
Yeah.
But they went after him because they came out against the Oscars, so it was okay.
Yeah, you got your...
He didn't go after Denzel for not showing up
Nah, because he didn't have to.
because he
I'm
didn't
pre-
want
I'm
to
pretty
fuck
sure-
with Denzel.
I'm pretty sure he got an invitation anyways.
Yeah. Oh, no, Denzel
has
got an
his-
invitation.
Yeah, yeah.
And he didn't show
He
up.
didn't want to go. He just
But he
said,
didn't go after him. He
Yeah.
didn't go after anyone else. He was careful. They were careful who they went after.
Yeah.
And it was selective, and they did exactly what they wanted to do. And none of it was cool or real. They showed, what was funny is they showed Chris Rock. They showed Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
You know you didn't see? Dave Chappelle, but he was there right next to him.
Oh.
Chappelle was at the Oscars.
Yeah, but you never saw a picture of Chappelle, and that's because they didn't like what Chappelle did.
Yeah.
And so he's got to kiss dick and hopefully get back in.
Yeah.
And when I found out that he walked away because he didn't get enough money for the show, granted, he deserved it. At the same time, I thought he walked away because the show was so racially bad and so negative toward black people that he had gotten fed up, and I thought he was cool walking away from all that money.
Yeah.
Turns out, nah, he walked away because he wasn't getting enough money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, eat a dick, dude.
Well, I think it was a mixture of the both.
Yeah, but you know what?
We're talking about the Chappelle
Let's
show,
do-
right?
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
can't be a mixture of the. I mean, I agree with you.
I mean, maybe it was like, you know what? This is horrible shit, and I shouldn't be doing this. And the only way I could do this is if you give me like
Yes, if I-
$200 million.
So I wouldn't. I
And
don't
they
want
said
Uncle
no.
Tom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
said,
don't want
well, no,
Uncle
he said,
Tom.
maybe I will, but only for like $200 million.
Well, that was the thing. He
And
was saying,
that's
"I'll
cool.
Uncle
I'm-
Tom
I'm
for a
cool with
certain
Everyone's
amount."
got
Yeah.
their price.
Yeah, I'll sell out my people for a certain amount.
amount.
I'll make my people look ignorant for
No,
a
I
certain
don't mean
amount.
that, Dave. I love you.
I'll create stereotypes for a certain amount. I love Dave Chappelle. I think he's a
love you.
genius
I love
comic.
you, Dave.
But you know what? Fuck you right in your face
No.
for what you did.
Well,
Because you
you-
should have walked away from the show because it was negative.
Very negative, and he was selling himself out too.
Yeah, and
that's
yeah.
with
black
most
people.
comics. That's
well, I heard,
yeah.
and then it was mainly, Hollywood writers, non-black writers too. That was the other.
That
Well,
was in Chappelle's show.
yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Neil
Chappelle
Brennan.
show
Neil
was all
Brennan was
white.
like the co-creator.
And he's a
of the
fucking
show.
racist, yeah. And and that's the thing though. So, but they don't show Chappelle there. They didn't show certain people. The whole thing looked like a heroin glazed monologue, and of somebody who just wanted to die. And the whole thing's a joke, and it's pathetic.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just know I read about the whole with Rock working. I knew he had a team of writers.
Oh yeah.
And he did go to the store a bunch of times, but he was cutting it up, figuring it out, what worked, what didn't work, because he had a shitload of material to use. So that's one thing I did respect about was he's working on it and actually he kept going to the comedy store to do it. Another,
I would respect it if he walked up there and just because he's a comic, just went off on about it.
just actually did material.
Yeah,
and-
well,
went out.
hey, here's the first time you're gonna see this. This is for this show. This is specific for this show. If I talk about this here, and here, it's not specific for this show. But I mean, but it's all different. But it's everything's media controlled. If you look at it, he has gotten so much positive publicity. It's almost like they said, look, if you're willing to do this, we will fire you up all over the TV.
Yeah.
We will have you everywhere, and you'll be rock and fucking roll.
Yeah.
Were we off or something?
No, we're
Okay, okay. Johnny
Don't
scares me.
freak out,
When you
I'm
get
just-
up, it scares me
I'm
because
just
you
I
do
know.
shit
trying to make
retarded.
sure. It's like,
Okay. So, and now the other big thing. Everyone's talking about Trump.
Good old Donald Trump.
Yeah,
And
fuck Trump.
Now, I may still be right that he's a plant to get Hillary elected. I may not.
No, I think that's what is happening.
It could possibly be it. If
Everyone's
it's not,
so afraid of Bernie versus Trump
yeah.
that they're
Well,
like.
Bernie's dead.
Bernie's done.
Yeah,
But they're
Bernie's
so
done.
afraid of Bernie versus Trump that of Trump winning.
I don't want
that-
Sanders. I don't like him.
Well, I do.
He
but
takes Teamster money and he does it backhandedly.
it's okay.
He does it.
Why is it
backhandedly.
okay? I just want to know.
Yeah.
Political
That's mob
corruption
money.
is everywhere.
That's mob money.
Yeah,
that's
that's mob
that's
money.
different kind of money.
I'd rather be taking mob money than fucking the other money, like the corporate halibut, like the
Yeah,
current
see,
money.
I'd rather have Trump who
than
gives
the
mob
finance money. At
Yeah.
least the
You
mob
know.
does something.
You see, I'd rather have
Finance
Trump.
bros don't do anything.
But it's very dirty
They do
money
the
though.
worst
And they
shit.
own him though.
I
See
still
now,
think they're
Trump.
worse.
Trump probably gives money to the mob people, not purposely or maybe
Yeah.
purposely, but either way, he's giving money to the mob people. They don't own him.
And so
No.
the
He's
mob
paying
people
them.
are now giving money to Bernie.
They're
and
making-
they own Bernie.
They own Bernie.
If Bernie fucks up, they might pop his ass.
And or he won't, and he'll make unions stronger, but worse for the people in them, and everything else like that. Bernie to me is like a Jerry Brown, and so and Hillary, my God, I mean, there's no. How are we gonna elect this woman with so much shit on her? Just the fact that your man fucked a girl when you were in the White House, you were the first lady. She was the
He
first
did not
cum
fuck
stain.
that woman. Okay.
He came on her. She blew him. I believe he fucked her too, and they shoved a cigar in her
Cigar,
vagina.
yeah.
And they fucking skate over
And he
that.
smoked it.
Our goddamn
Yeah,
president
that was-
shoved a cigar in a young girl's vagina
And smoked it right
and then
after.
smoked it.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that's okay. So I'm fine with Trump. Out of all these people. And the other thing is, because of everybody saying, oh, if Trump gets elected, I'm leaving America. More reason to vote Trump. You just gave me a real reason to vote Trump, is if you leave.
But he's a Nazi.
Well, but
he,
again,
like not even
we say
half is
Nazi.
like. No, he's not a Nazi. Let's be clear. He's not a Nazi. He's a Ku Klux Klan member.
Well, but watch this now.
And that
He's an
that is
immigrant, so
actually
and he's
kinda
not even
true.
white.
But his dad
Yeah.
was totally a Ku Klux Klan.
No,
affiliate. Yes,
no.
yeah.
They've never shown that with
But
the
this
dad.
is what I've
That's
been
hearsay.
reading from
Yeah,
everywhere.
I know what you're
but
talking about, but it's hearsay. and it's fake. Well, the same thing. They said to him, "Hey, would you rebuke David Duke?" And da da da. He goes, "I don't know anything about this white supremacy stuff." And they go, "Trump pretends that there's no white supremacy." No, he said, "Look, I don't follow it, man."
But wait, hold on. You're talking about a guy who's like, okay, when you're saying, okay, all Mexicans out there can be racist or rapist and stuff.
Never said
like,
that.
I know, but he says some pretty fucked
He
up
said
shit.
the people coming over this border, they're sending their worst. They're sending rapists and murderers and drug dealers, and that is true. Along with a
Is
bunch
it
of
really true?
amazing,
'Cause I don't
hardworking
think so.
people.
I don't think
No,
it's
it is.
true.
No,
I
it
don't
is.
think it's true.
Oh no, it is.
I don't think that's true. I think that the people who come over the border are the people who are brave, little crazy, And
Wow, you've romanticized this to beauty.
with a little bit and quite a bit of wanderlust. Or,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
No, what?
but
Let me
not
tell you what they
like-
are.
But the criminals,
Yeah.
are lazy. They stay in their hood. They die in their hood.
No,
You know,
no.
Tell El Chapo that.
Well,
here's the thing.
you
I'm
know,
not
that's-
defending
that's
Trump,
such
but
a-
I,
no,
yeah,
like-
but
and
I,
we're
I
not
don't think
saying nobody's saying that all the people are. There's equally, if not more, great, amazing human beings that are going to contribute, going to be a great part of society, are cool people. They're not looking to hurt nobody, that are coming over with their families for a better life and this and that, even though there isn't one here. They're coming under the guise of there's a better life and everything else. Great people. Along with them is a lot of drug dealing scumbags coming over as well that would end up in jail forever in Mexico.
But I think that's a whole nother issue because that's the drug war issue, and the issue with the border, like the border violence and that's like. That has nothing to do with the real immigration issue. They're like trying
None
to
of that does. The people coming over have nothing to do with the immigration because they're not immigrating. They're sneaking in.
Well-
and I'm all for them. I don't believe in borders. Like, I do not. I agree with
at least
Vicente
not
Fox.
with Mexico and Canada.
No,
please,
nowhere.
You know?
There shouldn't. Everybody should be able to go where they want and do what they want. I truly believe that. But if we're gonna have something we call borders,
yeah.
then if you come over and you're not supposed to, that you're breaking the law.
Yeah,
of the
but
country.
I think we need to change those laws.
Yeah, I agree. We need
I mean,
no
I
borders.
think that's what I'm saying is we need to change that. And
no,
like,
we need to realize no one owns the world.
But like feeding the people who think that we need to build this like 100-foot fortified wall there.
You mean half
which
the
is-
size of the one between Guatemala and Mexico?
Yeah, but
that
what
they
I'm
built and they have
saying
gunmen
is-
on?
That's what I'm
They have
saying. is
soldiers
why,
arming it?
Why do we want to keep doing that when we everyone knows it's not the way that things work anymore.
Well, it's the only way.
The only reason you built a wall between your country and the next country was to keep them like to so that they know where it's at and to keep them from the other soldiers from walking across it. And no one's soldiers are walking across things in America. You know?
Wow.
But it's happening.
Come on, it's never gonna happen.
But
in
here's the
America.
thing. Okay, so
happening.
then if we haven't gotten rid of borders, shouldn't it be a really good wall? And isn't the wall the only way to control actual immigration is
No,
to build a
because
true wall?
Because they're gonna get in anyways. You can't control the immigration flow into California, into the Southwest from Mexico because it's because it was Si Mexico primero, like it was, and it's
The Great Wall of
always-
China keeps it pretty separated.
Yeah, but look at how
I mean,
long. I mean,
But I'm saying though,
I
if
just
we
think-
built a humongous wall like the one between Guatemala out of cement, between here and Mexico, and again,
but we
I'm
get
against
fucking shitty sidewalks in like the best part
No, I know.
of the United States. Why the fuck are we wasted that concrete on a wall when I have to have shitty sidewalks in like one of the most expensive places to live
Once again,
in
though.
America?
Yeah, once
Hey,
again.
tell me that. That's all I want to know,
I'm
man.
all for ending
It took
borders.
my job.
I'm all for ending borders. I'm all for people having free will, free travel. Here's the thing. That's not where we're at. And so what I'm saying is people shitting on, America's going to build a wall. That's so right. No, every other country's got a fucking wall already.
Yeah.
And they got armed guards on it. And they're shooting people dead. And then look at Brazil.
See,
Who
the
was
reason
telling me about
America-
Brazil?
And then this is the ultimate thing is that the reason America doesn't have borders and walls at its borders is because all the shit beyond that's all gonna be ours eventually anyway. Remember, we are America. That's what we do. So like with the
That
like
would've worked
with
in the
Mexico-
70s.
Well, with Mexico,
You know?
like the reason we don't have a wall between Texas and Mexico is because we've been hoping to take back that northern Sonora desert, like the desert there.
I get what you're saying.
Since like for 150 years, 100 years since they last took it back from us.
But you know,
But
there's
we-
people that believe that, though. There's
What?
people that think America is this tyrannical nation of people. Well, you know what it gets to?
But I mean, we have taken over everything that at our borders up until now for pretty much. I mean, like
so did everyone.
Yeah.
Who
well,
didn't?
But I mean, but
around the
who
world.
didn't?
yeah, but we did it pretty good. And
Who
That's who
didn't?
we are, and we're the American
What
Empire.
Genghis Khan did it really
but that's
well.
what I'm saying is like
Napoleon.
Hitler was doing a good
but
job.
pretending that we're not an empire
Spain.
is the silly part.
No. What
Roman
it is-
Isn't it
Empire.
like you can just be this little country that leaves everybody else alone, which is the
We've never
ultimate-
claimed to.
Well, no, but the people who want to build the wall like to think that, you know.
No, I
No.
don't think so at all. Because we still have shit going on in the Midwest, Mideast. We still have things going on in Asia. We still have things going on in Europe. It's
You got to fight evil. You know?
so. But it's
Yeah, the problem with this country is that we have become less than a mediocrity in the world. And the problem with it is our education is so low, and a lot of that has to do with people coming from all over the world coming here and being given immediately public schooling and then being counted because they don't speak English as low educated. And then our education system, we're pumping out crap because we're rushing them through because they don't speak English and they don't learn. And we have a bunch of illiterate people, the white, black, Chinese, Japanese, Mexican, Salvadorian, everything. You name it, Arabic, that are illiterate, that want to be this whole fake thing that they think America is and all this shit. And the problem is in this country, because there's a lot of countries, they don't hate whitey. In this country, we hate this whitey. And the thing is, and whitey's done everything. But
yeah.
which whitey?
I don't know.
The whitey.
Well, when we say whitey, though,
Thomas Jefferson.
well, no, but we got to also deal with the
Abraham
fact.
Lincoln.
Yeah, but we got to deal with the
Jim
fact
Crow.
that you're dealing with a certain group right there.
Yeah,
You're dealing with the
But Jim
past.
Crow, you gotta. I think that's always a big thing I gotta point out is like Jim Crow's still less than 50 years, and that's like not a long time for a
Jim
society to reset. Jim Crow was
Is less
not
than 50 years?
no,
I think you're
less
wrong.
than 50 years. 1964, man. So
Jim Crow.
yeah, since Jim Crow, that's all it's been, and most people forget that. Like,
I
look
will.
that shit up, man. Look that shit up. But that's the truth, and it's been people forget that like until even like when me and Berger were younger, like they
Busing.
well the words themselves were used like
yeah.
the offensive words were used in polite society,
Well, but here's what I'm saying, though. Not in my family, not in my house. And let me say this,
Well,
though.
I'm not
I don't mean
saying-
now, I mean growing up. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. When I say who is whitey, this is the thing. My family came through Ellis Island. My family came here during World War
well,
II.
Whitey, as we all know, Whitey is like a theoretical construct of
Right, but I'm grouped in
the-
whitey.
the
my
fascist power.
family
You are
wasn't
not the
even
fascist
here.
power, though. Like,
But right,
you're not.
Right. So
These-
my
all you have
family
to do-
wasn't even here.
Yeah.
They weren't here, and when they got here, there were signs that said no dogs, no cats, no Jews allowed.
Yeah.
There were people who wouldn't speak to Jews or let Jews work or things like that. We bonded together as a community and helped each other out. Not one's ever helped me. But this is the point. Is I'm not saying, oh, if black people would do that.
Jew on the planet,
I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh, well, black people should get over slavery. It's not slavery they can't get over. It's the dissemination of their entire family lines. It's not knowing who your relatives are. It's being completely separated from anyone you know and being plucked into a place.
And being systematically
Oppressed.
killed and
Yeah.
oppressed.
Yes,
for-
totally.
Up until the recent
totally.
past.
And
That's
up
what I'm
until
saying.
right now, still.
And still, like, it's-
and I agree. And I'm all for Black Lives Matter. I'm not one of these people that are like, oh, white lives matter, Chinese lives matter. No, they're not. We're not being killed 5-1 by cops. Black lives do matter. I stand behind that because they're being killed at a ridiculous rate, and it's wrong.
Well, my only thing with like the Black Lives Matter thing is I think they need to add on the hashtag Blue Lives Don't Matter.
Well, but
And
they
then-
do because
then
there's
they
good
get it
cops.
right.
But there's some good cops.
Nah, you know
and
what?
Their
You
lives
play
do
on
matter.
the bad team, you're done.
No, but this is the
It's-
thing, though. But I get what you're saying.
You don't get to be the lucky stormtrooper unless you're Finn.
But you know what it is? See, this is what I'm saying, though.
You get the fuck out of
Do
there.
all Black Lives matter? Well, the fucking
Well,
sleeper killer
yeah.
or whatever his name is,
I mean-
his fucking life doesn't matter regardless of what color he is.
That's
He's
true.
a piece of shit who took life.
But still, Black
There's-
Lives Matter.
Right. No.
So,
Meaning,
I mean, I think they're
but watch this.
equitable.
Meaning specifically that the wrongful killing of black people is unjust, immoral, completely wrong, and their lives matter equally as everybody's. And it should and it needs to. Now, there's plenty of people in this world whose lives really don't matter except for in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get killed, I don't care. And I don't care what color they are. But my thing is, if you're going to blanket blame a color like white,
Or
like
blue.
the reason I will not use African American is because my wife is Haitian. She's not African.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's offensive to me to say to someone, you're African, when they're not. It's like calling every Latin person Mexican. It's ignorant. And so I won't do it. I think there's probably better words than white and black. We don't have them. And African American isn't it, and I'm not Caucasian.
Yeah.
I'm not from the Caucasus fucking mountains. And so with all that said, what I'm saying is if the people who are upset would find out that there's a lot of other people from other races that are just as upset about what's happening to them as they are as to what's happening to them.
Separate and divide with
That
everybody.
they can come together. We can all come together and end this together. But we can't when you're going to tell me I'm evil because of the color of my skin.
No, but then you got to come and see who is the evil one. Like who
Well,
they
it's like
come
this.
together against.
Watch this.
Is
Everyone
the question.
who wants full equality for gender, race, and preference, step forward. We step. Those that don't step forward. We can all scoot to one side, even. And I say those of us who are for it, we do the scooting because hey, we'll show that niceness, and then we can fucking either separate at that or face off.
Yeah.
And or all them people who want to just be around Chinese people, just be around black, just be around white, and do all this, they can fight each other for the other half of this country. And that winner can have it. But the rest of us can start working together to have real equality
So
for every person.
It sounds like you might be down with my small plan of gathering up the bulldozers at the northern shore of the Gulf of California and just digging California off into an island and then just kind of
And everyone who's an idiot can leave.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm with
that's-
you.
that's what
and
I'm at.
And simply, it's down to this.
And we'll let you in now
Yeah.
if you're cool. Like, we'll actually have a realistic immigration policy that works, where it lets in, like, not the same amount
can
of
you
people.
offer?
Well, not just that, but it also doesn't let in, like, the same amount of people from New Zealand as it does Mexico. One, which we share a 3,000, whatever, 1,700
See,
mile border. But one
You
we
want-
share a 1,700 mile border with, one that's a tiny island in the middle of the South Pacific.
So what's up with the Kiwis again?
Yeah, so they get fucked. They don't get to come in.
Well, they don't share a fucking border with us.
Again,
I
this is
mean,
what I'm saying, though.
we
But it's
have
a
to
world.
expect more Mexicans and more
Until we look at it as a
Canadians
world.
in our country.
Well, it's
Always.
not. What country?
Canadians don't come.
It's
here.
their country,
It's
too.
not their country.
But no.
This
What I'm saying is
America.
everyone here, every person who is of Canadian descent or Mexican descent that's here, and it's like I had some
Now,
students
unless you
telling
get
me.
your papers,
Well, I
dog.
had students telling me like this. They go, well, Donald Trump wants to kick us out. I go, oh, sweetie, were you not born here? And she, yeah. I go, then you're not who he's talking about. He's not talking about you at all. You're an American citizen.
Let me tell you, I got
Nobody's rounding up Latin people and going to put them in internment camps in 2016.
It's basically it's ice all over again. It's just a bigger force of ice.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
taking out illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
I grew up with them.
And that's what I'm saying is I don't even think of them as illegal because they're human. They're legal people. I mean, they're real people. So, again, I believe, and I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm against borders. I believe everyone should have free travel in this world. And you should be able to provide what you can provide. And if there's a market for it, then you'll make a living. And if there isn't, you better figure something out.
Well, I got a good happy America story to close us out,
5
pretty
minutes,
much, or get us closing,
Do it, let's
thinking
do it.
about things. But one of my favorite undocumented immigrants that I know, who's a friend of mine, went to work at a place as a busboy like 5 months ago.
Yeah.
And just like last week, he was promoted to basically the boss.
Okay.
Of a very large restaurant. All within 5 months.
Yeah.
From undocumented busboy to the manager of a $20 million restaurant.
And not mad at him. Good for him.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Good for you.
See,
and
America.
this is the thing. But
Dreams happen.
But again, until We decide, because this is the thing.
But he's from the Midwest. Worst, craziest thing.
Middle
is
East.
He's from the Middle
The
East.
Moroccan dude, right?
Midwest.
So like how?
My buddy, I like
If
him.
anyone, they should be like deporting. It's like
No,
Like,
no,
oh,
they
come
shouldn't.
on.
They're peaceful,
You're all
loving
about,
people.
Like you want to look for people, but yet we're
They're
I don't know.
peaceful, loving people. The
No.
thing Israel does
Yeah.
is they'll let Middle Easterns in all the time. They just fucking majorly stereotype, and
Discriminate.
they stereotype, and then they profile, and they do all that, and they know your whole life before you coming in there.
Yeah.
But you're welcome to come in if you're not one of those people that's connected to anything. And again, I believe most of the terrorism is bullshit and American made anyway. But what I'm saying is, there's like, okay, there's the black people who fucking whitey. Well, I don't want to be part of your group. I don't want you part of the group I want to be part of, which is anybody and everybody that just can get past gender, race, and preference. And this is the thing. Like a lot of the groups, like Al Sharpton and all them, they don't see women as equals in their religion and in their age. They don't see women as complete equals and this and that, but yet you want your rights. I want equal rights for everybody.
board.
Yes, everyone. Me as well. You as well. Everybody out there as well. And until we have that, until we have real equal rights, which is everyone shuts the fuck up for a minute and we restart, and then anyone who wants to be an idiot can just go be an individualized idiot. Like we could say, this person, Joe Schmeidel, is a fucking racist. Not that white dude, that Jew, that black, that Chinese, that Mexican, that Latin, that this and that. That particular person is a fucking ignorant piece of shit. And nobody needs to talk to them, and we can ignore them and not work with them and everything else, and yet not hate whatever color they are based on it.
Yeah.
Individualized.
Should be
But
that way.
institutionalized racism is not going to go away that way. The only way it's going to go away is when all the old people
Nope.
die.
It can
and
go
Nope.
away tomorrow.
It's
It can be
just
gone
not-
tomorrow.
No, because when all the old people die, it doesn't matter because
They had
there's
kids.
a whole other generation of people that hate.
I know,
Yeah.
and they breed.
But
it doesn't
breed,
matter.
And the
it
hate,
breeds.
but the hate, what people don't understand, they're waiting for some old white people to die, some old white men. And you know who's not the only people doing racist bullshit, doing destructive bullshit, is the old white man. Every color around the world is doing the same bullshit in their place that the angry white racist American dude is doing. They're doing in their countries just as bad, if not
old
worse.
Chinese people fucking hate everybody.
Everybody.
We all know that.
And not
but-
all old Chinese people, just some.
Just
And
some.
so, but what
The
they're
ones
doing,
you meet in
but the
LA.
racism they do, the racism and the destruction they do to people is horrendous.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awful the way they treated the Taiwanese, I think it was,
Yeah.
and things like that. The Vietnam, all these different
It
people.
goes down.
They
It's just
destroyed them. They
everything.
enslaved them. They did all this. So when we realize that and we stop going by color, by tomorrow, we could stop all this because you know why? I'll be walking down the street and 4 Chinese dudes are going to walk by me and say good morning or good afternoon, and I'm going to say it right back, and they're not going to feel like I should hate them, and I'm not going to feel like they should hate me. I could be walking with all 3 of us, and one black dude is going to feel super comfortable saying good evening. And we'll all say, oh, good evening. And nobody's going to think anything different, and
Yeah.
the scumbags of the world will start being pushed aside. And
Ye-
that's how we change.
It's I guess. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try that.
It takes a day. I mean,
Yeah,
people,
it
it
takes
takes
a
a
day.
day
Yeah.
for everyone just to stop their bullshit, take a breath, and say, look, whatever happened in the past, those of us who want to matter and those of us who want to be good human beings, we're going to move forward fresh from today. And we're not going to hold anyone responsible for something they were not directly related to, directly responsible for, and are not directly profiting off of. And people can then be free to stop hating each other. I mean, Latin people, especially Mexican, think black people are going to get them and are out to get them. Black
They don't like each
people,
other.
black people feel like either that, brown pride, black pride, and that's not how Mexican people feel, and or that they got to get rid of them. And it's not that. We all live together, white, brown, black, yellow, orange, purple, green, whatever the fuck it is. We all live in the same world. We have to be able to get along.
Yeah.
But I don't mean get along like, hey, you're different. We're not different.
Yeah.
All over the world.
That's a big thing.
There's
you
3
know?
guys right now in Zimbabwe doing the same stupid fucking podcast.
Yeah, and people aren't different. I mean,
probably
we're all
not.
humans.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of their podcasts as like.
Yeah, no, but you know what I'm saying? And they act just like us, but they're talking about Zimbabwe shit.
Yeah. No,
China,
there's
same
so,
thing.
There's
We're
this
so
world
repeated.
is so fucking big.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking people.
When you
and
think,
we have such a short mind of what's happening in the world, and we just think that there's so many problems right here. Even there's shit going on right there you don't even know about.
and we don't hear about
Probably
so
there's a
much.
hooker getting murdered.
Well, probably.
Well, somebody one of you two, I think, was telling me about in Brazil. They kill the kids to keep the streets clean.
They've been doing that for
Johnny,
years.
Yeah.
And
See, I didn't know nothing about that.
yeah, it's no one in America knows about it unless you know.
But that's not a problem because we love the Mardi
Rio,
Gras, or
man.
what is it? Is
Rio
the Mardi
is
Gras?
so
Rio,
great.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the Rio
God,
parade.
have you been to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rio?
we love the parade. We
love
love
it.
the
Yeah.
street. It's fun. And if a few kids got to die to clean up those streets, hey, oh well.
Well, it's
that's
like
the
New
cost of
Orleans.
American
It's like
tourism
it's
or
like
global
Vegas. It's
tourism.
all those it's like Hawaii. It's those resorts of our own country that there's so much shit and just corruption going on and
Yeah.
how they treat their people. But we go there because we want to drink, and we do. We go to Vegas,
Everyone
we go
wants to
drink,
have
and we
fun.
smoke, and we have fun,
Yeah.
not knowing what those people are going through.
All this time, Cuba was so evil and bad, but it turns out, no, a lot of people love living there and live good lives. And just because of the
Have a
embargo,
cure for
the
lung
thing that really hurt them,
cancer,
well, yeah.
fucking
But the only thing that ever really hurt Cuba was the embargo.
Yeah,
yeah.
And it didn't crush them. It just hurt them.
yeah. Just
And
slowed
we,
them
yeah,
down,
we
that's
made Castro out to be a monster, and he might have been. I'm not sure, but he might not be.
He
only
also
thing
was
he-
a great
he-
man.
He just
I don't know.
Castro was friends with Stalin, and you know what? We didn't like Stalin anymore because we
Stalin
we
was a great
gave
man.
information
though.
too much.
I mean,
Really?
I mean, no, wait, no.
Stalin was what?
He called Stalin a great man.
What are you on heroin? You sound like Chris Rock right now.
I'm a fascist.
Like you're not even.
What
You
do
don't even know what
want?
you're saying.
So you like Mussolini too?
Yeah,
You like-
Mussolini.
I
There was
don't
always
like
a song.
Mussolini.
As a Jew, we always knew the song
But
was
that's 'cause-
"Whistle while you work." Hitler is a jerk. Mussolini picked his weenie. Now it doesn't work.
Yeah, Mussolini
And
was the.
When I was a
the biggest
kid, I
idiot.
thought it was Miss Olini.
Yeah.
Mrs.
Mussolini.
Olini. And then I thought it was
He was
Mussolini.
the worst of the three, actually.
Yeah.
He's just not that smart. Stalin lasted a while.
Oh yeah.
Hitler
Yeah.
lasted until they got him. But
Well, you know what's coming out now apparently is the family that Hitler was related to, the Jewish side, the dad, Rothschilds.
yeah.
So
By the
that's
way.
starting to come out that
Yeah,
he was a
Yeah,
Rothschild.
we gotta go.
Okay, guys, next week we got a couple things. I'm looking still into the Jim Morrison thing.
Morrison.
Jim
Jim
Morrison
Jim-
being Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, I think it Jim
Limbaugh.
Crow.
A lot of it's coming
It's
through.
like,
No, a
what?
lot of it's coming through. And then I bought a car, and I have a little video of some of my experience, and I'd like to talk about it.
Uh-oh.
Well, the car buying was a good experience. The work into it and the lying wasn't. And so
That'll be
I just want to
interesting.
talk about buying a car and how disgusting they are. And I'm sure we'll have some more topics.
Yeah.
Mr. Ryan Talmo,
Hey
what do you got
guys.
going on?
We have Karma Lounge tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah, literally, like in
Yep.
35 minutes.
Like
Johnny,
get
what
there.
you got going on, buddy?
I just have the Sunday show live, and then I just get the website. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Just the website. Everything's there. Do it.
Mile High
SundayShow.org.
Casino.
Yeah.
I'll be at Mile High Smiles High Comedy Club, Mile High Casino in Delano, Friday.
On Friday nights.
And I got some other things, and I just can't forget. Oh, I'll be at Hong Kong on the 25th with you,
I'll be there. Yeah,
And,
shit. That's at the end of the month.
and then we'll be back up in Vegas soon. Guys, I'm Burger Podcast. We're back. We're only going to get a lot more personal, a lot more into the world. And keep in mind, it takes a day, guys, to end all this bullshit. And the race things, and the gender things, and the preferences. Wear a dress, cut your dick off. I don't care. Let's get over it. Love ya.
Night.